Wimbrey. Johnny Wimbrey illi bla dubju ta' xejn kif nerġa' ngħidilkom min isegwi stazzjonijiet barranin jafal min qed nirreferi. Il-lejla irid inwassal f'darkom bit-tama li jien u int nieħdu ħafna minn għandu. La Johnny jagħmilha jien u int m'għandna xejn inqas minnu. U qed ngħidha din biqżis u għax mhux qed jifhimni. Jien u int m'għandna xejn inqas minn Johnny. Ejjew nagħmlu l-kuraġġ, ejjew inħarsu lill-esperjenza tiegħu u speċjalment dawk il-bnedmin li lejla qegħdin isegwuna, dawk il-bnedmin li forsi għandhom xi ħaġa pendenti l-qorti qed jaraw il-ħabs wara biebhom. Hemm oħrajn illum ċemplulna ħafna nies anke fl-istazzjoni ċemplu għall-għajnuna. Illum irċivejna anke ħafna messaġġi, ħafna emails, grazzi għaliex intom il-programm Boost, intom tagħmlu ħlilna mingħajr ma tafu u aħna nagħmlu ħlilkom. Imma qabel nitkellem ma' Johnny Wimbrey u sħabi, nixtieq nurikom dan il-filmat biex għal min qatt ma sema b'Johnny Wimbrey. Jiena nixtieq fi ftit ħin f'3 minuti insiru nafu minnu.
From Radar Entertainment, 2 amazing shows to broaden your horizons in every way. The Awareness Hour. Into every generation are born gifted people who have the power to touch and inspire hearts and minds. One of those amazing people is Johnny Wimbrey.
Welcome to the Johnny Wimbrey Show. We're talking about overcoming adversity, pushing yourself to the other side, making it through the pits of hell by refusing to stop.
Starting from a childhood surrounded by gangs and drugs, Johnny Wimbrey discovered the spirit and fire to help himself and others transform their lives. From the boardrooms of the world's top corporations to the hardcore barrios of the inner city.
You're about to meet 2 young girls who are members of the most violent gangs in the streets of Los Angeles. They want out, but they need help.
And how long have you been in the gang?
I've been for 5 years, but I grew up in my neighborhood.
Now, how did you guys meet? Do you remember meeting?
We met each other in jail. We were locked up, and it was my first time, and it was her first time.
Do you see yourself alive in 5 years?
I don't even know.
In no shape, form, or fashion do I think I'm better than you. I should be in prison right now. I should be dead right now at least 4 times. So to me, we're the same.
In every show, Johnny Wimbrey will share his charismatic secrets in exciting one-on-one viewer participation that will keep audiences coming back again and again.
Marianne is too shy to come in person, so she sent me an email that says, "Help, Johnny. My husband spends more time with his Xbox than with me. Should I take it personally?" Yes, you should take it personally. You should tell him that if he doesn't unplug the Xbox, he can never plug into you again.
Real answers for real people with real problems.
Jamie is a Navy wife. Her husband is on the ground right now in Iraq. She wants to know, how do you cope with this intense stress of being a military wife?
My husband recently received a Medal of Honor for carrying an Iraqi woman over his shoulder through enemy fire, and he dropped her off at an Iraqi hospital.
When you heard that he became a hero, how'd that make you feel?
I was kind of, to be really honest, like mad at him.
Put his life in danger.
Yeah.
Wow. Now your husband's fighting overseas, but there's a fight here too.
Powerful, inspirational, life-changing.
This is not fake for Johnny Wimbrey. Johnny Wimbrey doesn't do fluff. I'm here because I care.
Motivate and enlighten with Johnny Wimbrey.
Veru li matul il-programm se nitkellmu ħafna bl-Ingliż, però aħna kif suppost se nitranslejtjaw bil-Malti għal dawk li forsi ma jifmux dak li qed jingħad. Fil-fatt qabel xtaqt inkellem il-sieħbi Alfred Difesa illi qiegħed huwa wieħed mill-pjunieri tal-programm tagħna Boost u Johnny Wimbrey fil-ktib tiegħu semma xi ħaġa illi if you do not believe in your own greatness, no one else will.
Jiena insellem il-kulħadd, nirringrazzja għamilt kelma tajba, veru għad gost nisimak titkellem, imma jien illum ma nixtieqx ħin nitkellem, nixtieq nindirizza il-dawk li qed jisimgħu biex imorru f'dak l-ispazju fej li qataw qalbhom minn xi ħaġa fil-ħajja. Inti li kellek xi ħolma minn għalik li ħolma mhux se tirnexxi. Idħol dak l-ispazju, inti li qed tħossok ma tiflaħx għax għandek xi marda li ma taħseb li ma tistax tfiq. Inti minn inti, qiegħed fejn qiegħed, mur f'dak l-ispazju fejn inti tajt qalbek u isma' dar raġel minn dak l-ispazju għax għandu ċaqlaqulek. Għax wara dak l-ispazju hemm qawwa kbira. U John Wimbrey saba. U ma rridx nitkellem jien illum, Johnny, is your show. Nice to meet you.
The Johnny Show.
Well, thank you. It's my honor and pleasure to be here. And first time on television in Malta and being in the studio, I'm kind of getting the bug back. I don't know. Trying to determine if this is something I want to do when I get back home. But it's an honor. Thank you so much for having me and a pleasure. Thank you. Great introduction, by the way. I have no idea what you said, but,
It was in
but I'm
Maltese.
sure it was all true. I can speak Maltese if you'd like. Just let me know. Bamba, I'm done. That's it.
In fact, John, if you do not believe in your own greatness, no one else will.
Yes, yes. I believe a good friend of mine named Gary Eby said this. He said that change is a door that can only be opened from the inside. And I believe that there are instruments and there are people that will be placed in your life to introduce you to the opportunities and the possibilities of change. But ultimately, it's you that take the responsibility to put the change into action. So if you don't believe in yourself, then you're already against the wall. There was a time in my life where I didn't believe that I had the opportunity to actually overcome a lot of my obstacles. And the first obstacle I had to get out of the way was me. I had to, surround myself around the thinking that started to outthink me, which means it wasn't me. So change is a process of surrounding yourself around the thinking that outthinks you.
Forsi Nadja, tgħidilna forsi il-persuna ta' Johnny Wimbrey hija straordinarja, forsi ħafna telespettaturi bħalissa jgħidulek imma kif jista' jkun li nasal fil-pass li wasal John?
Ja xi ħaġa straordinarja li qed tistaqsini din mistoqsija. Ir-raġuni hija din. Illi waqt li qiegħda hawnhekk bil-qiegħda ħdej John jien qed ngħid x'differenza hemm bejn dan ir-raġel. U bdejt inħares lejn idejh. Bdejt inħares lejn idejh u bdejt ngħid ma dan mhux bniedem bħali, I mean, come on. What's so different about John than me and all of us? It's something up here. It's just something up here.
You think so?
What he fed his mind.
But I would like to hear from John, the driving force, the change, what happened to you. I would like to hear it from you, not from the book, because there is energy in the way you speak.
Absolutely.
And I would like you to transmit this energy to the people of Malta.
Absolutely.
Yes. So tell us your story and see, we want to know.
We talked about the instance when my friend was murdered. And there are a lot of times in my life, I have a brother named Willie, who's 11 months older than I am. And Willie was he still is an ordained minister. And Willie was the good child, if you would. And we were really close growing up, only 11 months apart. As a matter of fact, we're the same age, for about 2 weeks out of the year. So very close. And he never really was the type to get in trouble. So I would find myself, following him and having fun with him. But, a lot of times it's the people who are closest to you that their voices become the smallest to you. So I had to reach out and, started hanging out with the wrong crowd, and it was my fault. I can't blame it on anybody else. It's something that I chose. And, even when I was in high school, as a teenager, already having a felony arrest. I was arrested. And in the States, when you have a felony arrest, it's not just a regular arrest, it's on your record forever. So I found myself in a situation where I created obstacles that I had to overcome. At my friend's funeral, we had a gun, I had a gun, and his mother stood up before everyone and said, "I forgive the young man who killed my son." And I'm thinking to myself, I don't love him as much as his mother does. So who am I? And I walked up and I gave a preacher the gun that night. And that was a process for me, almost a movement, or if you will, of faith. It was just a step forward. And that was a pivotal point for me. And the next day, at the actual funeral, that was at the wake. The next day was at the funeral where everybody would come, not just family members. And I literally